Do you sometimes feel a disturbing sense of relief when someone else fails? And you feel ashamed that you feel that way. And you quietly think that it means that you are bitter or small, so you carry guilt. It doesn't. What you actually is experiencing is the fear of being left behind. But over time, this inner fear, which is very biological, we are wired to feel that way, keeps your attention on others instead on your own direction. So here is what's actually happening in a very biological level and how to make it work for you instead of against you. When people you identify with succeed, something within you tightens. Why? Because it threatens your sense of belonging. Belonging is the very primal need. And for the most of human history, survival depended on staying inside the tribe. So when the peer grows or moves forward, your system, your subconscious can register it as a threat. Not because you don't want their success, but because their movement forward and upward can mean a separation from what was once familiar, a change in your dynamic. So that is exactly why when someone fails, the pressure eases for a moment. And on a very primal level, we feel the sense of relief. And the second point I want to make, that the human brain always resists change. Why? Because change feels unfamiliar. Human brain is designed that way, that we humans prefer familiar misery just because it feels familiar and safe versus unfamiliar potential. Familiar feels safer than possibility. And that is exactly why when we see someone growing, we don't rush to grow with them. Growth signals discomfort. Growth is change. Change is discomfort. And human brain is wired to avoid discomfort. So what we seek instead is for them to stay the same. Why? Not because we wish them bad, because we seek familiarity and safety. And once you understand that, you stop making it more personal than it is. You're not a bad person, it's a simple biology. Okay, so now we moved guilt and shame out of our way. Let's move towards how to alchemize it, how to understand it better, and how to make this feature of human anatomy of human brain to work for us instead of against us. And for that, let's look into the very famous story in performance science. Before 1954, running a mile under 4 minutes was considered impossible. But on May 6, 1954, a gentleman named Roger Bannister ran a mile under 4 minutes. 3 minutes, 59 seconds, and some milliseconds, 40, I think. And since then, more and more people followed. So the perception of what possible was updated in people's heads. And they started to aim for faster and higher results. And not only aim, but actually achieve them. Because seeing someone achieve something expands our sense of what is possible. And this is exactly where it applies to you. When you see others growing, succeeding, or leading a life that you aspire to, your system can translate it in two ways: as a threat or as a evidence that it's also possible for you. And untamed brain will translate it as a threat. Therefore, we must master ourselves and train ourselves to interrupt that very physiological loop in our thinking and say, this is available for me. This exists as a possibility for me. And when we update that belief within our mind, our brains start to search for ways how to actually make it possible. And we start to move through life from the place of creation instead from a place of lack. That one sentence, "it's available for me," shifts your systems from lack into possibility, and over time, your behavior follows. Write in the comments down below, "Inner fulfillment is available for me." When you say to yourself, "it's available for me," it creates a sense of expansion within you, a sense of possibility. It's something that you are looking forward, as if when you are looking forward going on a vacation, going for holidays. Same thing, you are looking forward when this thing, whether it's inner peace or outer wealth, whatever it is, health, relationships, new job opportunity, business expansion, you start searching for ways how this thing can appear in your life and how you can actually welcome it into your life. So this one sentence, "it's available for me," acts as neurological redirection. Here is my personal story. I come from a competitive swimming background, so I was a swimmer. And the hardest skill we had to learn during that time, it was not a swimming technique, but we had to learn how to honor the win that wasn't ours. Meaning, going to receive a medal, standing on the podium, shaking the hand and looking into the eyes, keeping the posture straight, your spine straight, shoulders back, head high, in front of the person who finished ahead of you. And sometimes that person was your teammate, sometimes that person was your friend who put half amount of work into the training for the last few months comparing to you. So the emotions, we were like 11, 13, 14, 15, emotions were high. I felt anger, I felt frustration, I felt jealousy, and I felt that life is unfair. And yet, it was always emphasized from our coaches. It was made very important that we have to maintain our posture, our composure. We have to act with grace and we have to show honor to another person. And instead of thinking how unfair it is, we had to learn to think, to shift our mindset into, if it's possible for them, what then is possible for me? Given that I'm putting work and effort into the training, into developing my skills, which back then was swimming. And that moment, shaking hands and looking into someone's eyes when you feel like inner world crashing within you, it's the closest thing I have ever experienced to Namaste. Namaste means the light in me salutes the light in you. The light in me recognizes the light in you. In sport, it means the potential in me recognizes the excellence in you. And that recognition alone shifts the inner state from contraction into expansion, from lack into possibility. And now let's talk about the most important part. Based on human wiring, the need to belong, and based on brain's wiring to always fulfill what we believe is possible, the more we strive to grow ourselves, the bigger dreams we have, the more we seek to surround ourselves with people who do the same. But it also works vice versa. When you place yourself in the room where people seek mastery, where people seek inner fulfillment, where people are focused on their health, on building integral affluence in their lives, their energy itself will pull you up to do the same. So remember, when you see others succeeding, replace that initial and very human discomfort within you with one sentence. It's available for me. It's possible for me. And you will see how your life will start to change.